the most delectable and untiring Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tuku Buratai, the Chief Directorate of Civil Military Affairs, Army Headquarters, other chiefs and senior officers here present, focal persons on the delegation of the International Human Rights Commission, the press, ladies and gentlemen. Today marks yet another milestone in the annals of human rights developmental history in the pursuit of universal freedom and liberty for mankind. All over the world, beyond race, religion, ethnicity, culture, and any other line of division, there exists one code that is pursued universally by all creed of mankind, and this fundamental code is freedom via human rights. All nations, all civilizations, all creed and culture are in one accord on the pursuit of human rights and freedom for our citizens, irrespective of status and class. It is in the pursuit of this universal goal that the United Nations Charter on Human Rights was introduced. Over the years, sovereign states, both developed and developing nations, have been made to appreciate the essential element of development. Freedom is ultimately hinged on the respect of human rights of citizens. Countries and nations of the world have disagreed on any issues except on the issue of human rights more than 100 years ago. It is based on this universal agreement for the respect of human rights of citizens across the globe that the United Nations has developed over time many international charters and protocols to guide sovereign nations going forward in the global pursuit of freedom and liberty for mankind. The International Human Rights Commission, since its inception, has focused on the monitoring of the implementation of these universal protocols on human rights in order to ensure that the universal objective is realized in line with the Millennium Development Goals and now the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. Our organization, therefore, in the course of the pursuit of freedom for the citizens of nations, has been involved in a number of civil, political, and educational interventions in order to achieve our objective. It is in the regard of such interventions that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, accredited our organization alongside other foreign missions and embassies to monitor the 2019 general presidential elections in Nigeria, which held on February 23, 2019 and March 9, 2019 accordingly. My dear Chief of Army Staff, senior officers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you are invited to note that during our tour of the country's terrain on this solemn election duty as foreign observers, we were assured first by the nation's election body, INEC, of peace and security during pre-post-electoral processes. We were also assured of the readiness of the military to complement the conventional security forces to enhance peace during and after the elections, while non-interference of the military was guaranteed to the international community in the process. The International Human Rights Commission and Committee of Foreign Observers holds the view that the Nigerian Army exhibited the acceptable restraint and discipline even in the face of provocation by politicians. This is very commendable. Indeed, Ladies and gentlemen, we noted the neutrality and professionalism of the Nigerian military and the Nigerian army in particular, in comparison with our experiences in other countries like Ethiopia, Kenya, Senegal, Niger, Chad, and Cameroon during similar election processes. Our organization compared and reviewed notes with other foreign observer groups, and the high point of convergence and agreement was the integrity and professionalism of the Nigerian army in relation to the respect for human rights of civilians during the election processes. This is very fundamentally highly commendable and underscores our commendation visit today. We note and view this achievement as a milestone and major revolution for democracy on the African continent. This is especially so given that other African civilizations have relegated Africa as a committee of nations without regard to human rights, especially during critical political processes. Nigeria, touted as the giant of Africa in terms of population, geography, human and mineral resources, should sure lead in this aggressive revolution of human rights for freedom and liberty. This demonstration of honor is imperative and symbolic in order that the military of sister African nations will emulate. Indeed, the Nigerian army under your able leadership, with the assistance of your lieutenants, have demonstrated the willingness, the desire, the determination, the resolve, and capacity to take Africa's military by the hand and lead by example. On behalf of the International Human Rights Committee on Civil Military Relations and Foreign Observers Committee, I congratulate you and the Nigerian Army for such an achievement for Nigeria and Africa, but more importantly, for the United Nations and mankind. This honor is not for you, neither is it exclusive for the Nigerian Army institution, but for the entire mankind, and it marks as a symbol of revolution and breakthrough in the pursuit of excellent human rights relations between armies of nations, especially in Africa. We hope that this honor, we hope that with this honor, our organization will continue to advance platforms for the promotion of international protocols on human, civil, and political rights of citizens, especially in Africa. We urge you most passionately to continue to do more so that the culture of excellence is institutionalized in the Nigerian Army long after your service years. Accept, sir, on behalf of my delegation, the deepest assurances of an enhanced partnership with the highest regards for the future. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
On behalf of the Chief of Army Staff, let me once again thank the International Human Rights Commission, Switzerland, African region for this award. They have objectively observed in the field across the nation the activities of the Nigerian Army and the roles played in the conduct of 2019 general elections. As a respectable and responsible institution, the Nigerian Army will continue to discharge its functions in line with the constitutional roles as enshrined in the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended. There is no doubt that the support to the civil authorities, especially the Nigerian police, had greatly assisted in the successful conduct of the elections. Planned actions by vested interests were effectively thwarted, and hence pockets of unfounded allegations and cries were being aired to discredit the Nigerian army. We are therefore happy to see international organizations of repute of this nature applauding our contribution to the growth of democracy in Nigeria. We are indeed grateful for this award and honor done to the Nigerian army and the nation in general. Thank you and God bless.
Immediately after the presentation, the Chief of Administration and representative of the Chief of Planning Operation will please join them for a group photograph. Thank you, sir. And days to please join up, including Pollock. Grand Chiefs. The representative